Hi, I'm Sonni de Soto, and here's an excerpt of my holiday novella, Checking It Twice, which is available for all $2 or more patrons on my Patreon. The holidays are hard enough without life throwing snowy curveballs. Freshly dumped, Eleanor Torres is too busy to find a new date to all her holiday events. There just isn't enough time to find someone new for her office party, her family gathering, and her friends get-together. So she strikes a deal with her role-playing buddy Colin Werther to pretend to be her ex. What could possibly go wrong? Colin's shoulders visibly stiffened. You want me to be your boyfriend? Elena nodded. Just for my holiday party. She thought about it. And my family get-together? She shrugged. And my friend's party. Was that too much to ask? She shook her head. About a month of your life. I'll pay you. Colin leaned back and frowned, clearly confused. Why? He shook his head. Why do you want me to do this? She sighed. Like I said, my life's been a little crazy this year, and I just don't want to add everyone knowing my boyfriend left me a month before Christmas to it. His brow furrowed further. Instead, you want to add a new boyfriend? No, geez. Had this guy never read or watched a romantic comedy before? You'll roleplay as my old boyfriend, Rick. I've thought this all through. This will work. She needed it to. Needed him to. She just couldn't imagine going through all those parties and explaining to people how and why Rick had left her. She didn't want her sad love life to be the topic of the night everywhere she went. After everything else this year, she just couldn't bear it. Colin fiddled with his mug, seeming unconvinced. Come on. She really needed this. Her mind raced for an enticing argument. Think of it as a real-life yes-and story. That was interesting. He pursed his lips and thought about it. Would it be that bad? Elna didn't want to be alone for the holidays. Neither did he. Plus, this could be an interesting opportunity. He tilted his head thoughtfully. But I do have a condition. She paused hesitantly. What is it? Colin was sure she was worried about him asking for something salacious or sinister. He supposed he was going to ask for something selfish and embarrassing. He felt his shoulders slouch in on himself and the back of his neck heat with a burning blush. Well, you know how in Yes and we're not allowed to critique stories. They either succeed or fail on merit. If your story's good, people will add to it. If it's not. She nodded. It fades into obscurity. He smiled, glad she understood, and you never get to know why people didn't like it, just that they didn't. And if you try to ask why, you get shot down by the members and the mods. Everyone knew that. Critiques cause too much infighting and drama, plus it's not our job to teach people how to write. Sure, he understood that. But what if it was? Well, dating is a lot like that, right? I guess. She looked at him incredulously. You want me to critique your dating? He nodded. It's the best way to improve, right? Which meant he wasn't great at dating now, didn't it? Great. Maybe this wasn't such a great idea. What kind of issues did you have with your previous girlfriends? Was he the clingy type or a jerk? He hadn't seemed like one online, but it was only online, through fiction. What did she really know about him anyway? To be fair, it was about as much as she had about any of her partners before she met them for the first time, particularly the ones she met online. Colin shrugged. I don't know. No one's ever told me. Which was the whole point. Elena pursed her lips thoughtfully. It was just 1 month of her life, right? And in terms of payment, it's a pretty good deal. hopefully. Okay. She breathed deep and held out her hand. The deal is struck. He smiled, recognizing his own storyline, which again made her feel inexplicably better. Then I suppose we should begin. Check out the first few chapters for free and become a $2 plus patron on my Patreon page to read the rest. Crack that whip. Find out how you can support me and find more of my work on my Patreon page. For a few dollars a month, gain access to Patreon-exclusive short stories, novels, interactive stories, and behind-the-scenes content. From political erotica to holiday romance to new stories from familiar series. Explore more as a $1, $2, $4, or $5 patron. Or simply follow me for free content. Help me keep the lights on for all your favorite stories, as well as comment and interact with me so I know which characters and worlds you want more of. Please check out my Patreon page for more information. And for more from me, check out Instagram.com/Sonni_de_Soto and Facebook.com/Sonni de Soto Stories. Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed it.